Back to Offside Laps here at FMS. Man United are still unbeaten in 2026, the longest unbeaten run in the English Premier League. Michael Carrick is still cooking. Yesterday at Everton, it was mind-blowing. Sesko once again coming from the bench to score that late winner. And it means that Man United are now in the top 4, still looking to compete in the league. I mean, as for the league title, I'm not sure that they are there, but top 4 there. Right now, Chelsea today I was speaking to a Chelsea fan there. They are worried.
Which of the Chelsea fans?
Andy. And your good friend Joshua. They are worried. It's top 4, no team ball. Because when Man United, when they wake up, it's serious. 10 games will beat him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good mark for them. Looking at what they've been through and Eric Ten Hag and Ruben Amorim. And no one expected this that in 2026, Manchester United will play 10 matches and they'll be unbeaten in the 10 matches they'll play in 2026. They've lost only one. They've won the remaining 9 games in 2026.
And they drew at
they drew to West Ham.
Yeah.
They drew West Ham. So they'll be excited. I don't know how Richard will be feeling right now though, but I'm sure he'll be very excited.
That was to Richard.
Yes, because it's been long they saw something like this. It's been long Manchester United played 10 matches without recording a defeat in those games. So yesterday against Everton, for instance, the game was very tough, but it took the experience, it took the brilliance of Ryan Mbeumo and then the connection with Benjamin Sesko to be able to get that victory for Manchester United. So there's a very good run for them. And I wish they'll be able to stay consistent. Always that's my worry. But it's like they are trying to defy all odds. When they started, we thought after 5 matches they'll start to be a bit shaky and they'll start to lose some matches. They won't be that consistent. But they've been able to extend it to 10 matches. That shows that maybe there's a certain plan, maybe they have certain ambition they want to achieve. But let's hope maybe they'll be able to end the season. And let's see, at least 20 matches unbeaten, or even if not play 20 matches unbeaten, they will not be recording defeats like they used to have to do in the previous seasons under Eric Ten Hag and under Ruben Amorim. I mean, it's good for them. They need to be excited because someone will be at it.
Because Charlie, 1-0 against Newcastle, 1-1 against Wolves, 1-1 against Leeds, 2-2 against Burnley, and then Carrick took over. Beat City 2-0, 3-2 against Arsenal, 3-2 against Fulham, 2-0 against Spurs, 1-1 against West Ham, and 1-0 against Everton. So for Carrick, he's won 4 out of 5, right? Because his first game was against City.
Yes.
And he's won 1 game. I mean, if he had won the West Ham, he would have gotten the 5 games in a row that they were looking for. Yes. Especially when the Man United fan, the one who's waiting to cut his hair. That guy to go so far.
So far, time say,
Not last match. The West Ham game was the fifth one.
Yeah.
And then he was planning to cut his hair, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But I think that from where they started and where they are going, their next 5 games, it looks possible. Possible that they will get there. I will come back to that, but Lakun talk to me about Man United game yesterday and what the improvement you've seen in the team, especially the defense. They've kept clean sheet for the first time in 12 matches. And the goalkeeper was superb. Loma, right?
Lames. Michael Carrick is building momentum and reshaping their season. You see, when Ruben Amorim was their coach, nobody expected this season Baby doing Kebehu Manchester United team competing for the top 4 because of the performance and Ruben Amorim on the day they Manchester United as a team. But after Saki Ruben Amorim, then there comes Michael Carrick, about his building momentum and reshaping their season. Now they are competing for the top 4 of the Premier League to guarantee their automatic spot for the UEFA Champions League next season. You see, per what I saw yesterday, you see, first half no game you will be excited with how both teams in number one. Things the match too beautiful to watch. Looking at the previous performance of both teams, But now I knew this game is going to be a difficult game for Manchester United, checking the historical aspect of the game when they are playing against Everton and all that, and checking the form of Everton this season. That's the later part of this season, the kind of performance that they have been given against this big side. So now he knew said this game is going to be a difficult game for Michael Carrick, and it is going to be a test for him, whether someone pass this test or not. But it seems in difficult situation of finding a way out, barely Manchester United to guarantee their hopes again to qualify for the UEFA Champions League automatic, and again compete for the top four. So I think the end game was a game say a very difficult game, and a proving point say Michael Carrick betches and Pajumano will be to my yam this season on no reshape or this season to compete and as a cup and a Jumano. So we team I in the year checking how quick transitioner or quick transit take come in Buemo and how in Buemo link him up by Benjamin Sesko. And you see Benjamin Sesko by and the Ruby number no be a dinkum. I say, oh no, a flop. I said a more mono form.
So bad.
But the more mono form, but checking Michael Carrick and the Michael Carrick in the performance or the other. Then they say consistency is a 3 games, they be with goose. Now things say about manager. Ruby number they be dinkum say it was the inability to adjust. Say situation is saying about to Manchester United situation, you know. And this is the materials a was is here. Into my materials in Yajuma. It is a mini materials now more proper to me philosophy now them used to me philosophy, you know. So at a point the time we say oh yeah two rages one philosophy, you know. Say me philosophy now no am pese me use impose materials now more and fit to me philosophy now. Still na me philosophy na me use. See when say there be a three back man for company say in fact because the materials now in Ekuta no. Unti infa mo dav 3-4 down person obono. And Michael Carrick by. And when who the strength of the materials near Manchester United, and all play to suit them. And oh yeah, Jumana come on. So at the point in time, they blame managers on tactical approach in teams or because of materials near good team managers born no free say na materials no say na philosophy here. It is a philosophy no crime materials need to be rich. Still na me use me philosophy and on be failure. But Michael Carrick understand the situation at hand of Manchester United. Understand say now this is the materials here one. And this point in time no matter the situation he play be America quest be minya. Into na materials way ho me for nya adwuma said it here. And all the adwuma in who the performance of Benjamin Sesko. And you didn't come back be man brilliant performance or deba. And now Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro and all that. And again, we check the confidence of Manchester United team no on any other the match under Michael Carrick. We check the consistency. Now say we check on improvement or their individuals in terms of players. No, Yebeka Kobe Menu there, Yebeka Harry Maguire there. At the point in time, Diego Dalot and the goalkeeper Lamens. Teacher say Obaya no, he's building momentum and again or reshape your season.
Interesting. As for Carrick's, I mean the way he's changing the club no. Sometimes it's very interesting because this is someone who has not really done a lot of jobs. I mean, in club football.
Yeah.
The last job, Middlesbrough, but I mean, he's been close to Man United for a while. It brings me to the conversation of how it's important to get someone who understands the club,
team culture,
what it takes to play for Man United.
Yeah,
and I don't think that he is doing anything extraordinary. You get it?
Yeah.
The simple things, placing players in the right positions and profiling the players rightly. Kobe Mainoo is a number 8. Put him in the number 8 position. Bruno Fernandes is a number 10. Put him in the number 10 position. How do we get balance in the team? Put Dogu, who is energetic, to cover up for Luke Shaw. Get it? Even though Dogu is now injured. But it's the formations and everything, the decision makings are just spot on. You get it? And also psyching the players very, very well. Psyching them and telling them that this is Man United, you can do better. You get it? So sometimes, I don't know what the clubs they think, but if you want to bring your club back, especially at Man United's situation right now, sometimes just the best thing is to bring in someone who understands the club, and it will just continue. I hope that when they go to a bad spell, they will not just click the panic button, because we've seen them do that.
Yeah.
And only gonna show say, I think that we've seen I mean, let's compare the two. This form they are in now, and that social era. Which one is the best? Like, which one is better? I don't see the difference.
They are similar.
They are very similar.
Yeah, they are similar, but the summary of it is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer qualified for the Champions League during that time.
Yeah.
So until we see Michael Carrick
Okay.
qualifying Manchester United to play the Champions League next season, we can't compare that of what he's doing right now to that of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You see, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's appointment was as similar to that of what Michael Carrick is doing as you initially stated. Manchester United needed someone who understands the club. And if you've studied these big clubs that we're talking about, and I was not that surprised when Real Madrid gave the job to Baloa, because they knew what they wanted to do. They knew what they wanted from him. So these clubs, anytime they are going through a transition spell or a bad spell that they need to make changes in the technical team, they now go back to coaches that has some relationship with the club, that has been in the club, that knows the ins and the outs of the club. So they did it with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It worked. And you see, when the job became vacant, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was one of the options they were rooting for to replace Ruben Amorim when he was fired. So it clearly shows what they wanted in the short term. And they landed on Michael Carrick. Don't forget, Michael Carrick too has been at the club as an interim for 3 matches. Is it when Ralph Rangnick or when the time Ralph Rangnick left the club, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he acted as an interim for 3 matches they played. So he understands the club. He has played for the club. He's a legend of the club. The boys will respect him. The boys will listen to him. And then, in all, he's doing the right things, as you said. You see, you don't overcomplicate things for yourself. You come to a club. The individual players in the club we are talking about, before these players came to Manchester United, what was the performance of these players? Now, let's start with Bruno Fernandes. Before he moved from Sporting CP to Manchester United, he was one of the best players in the league, in the Portuguese league. He came to Manchester, he has been playing better, he has been playing very well, he has been their best player since he signed for the club. Matheus Cunha. Look at his performance with Wolves last season. Brian Mbeumo, Benjamin Sesko for Dortmund. He has not proved to the highest level that he's up there, but he's not bad. Look at the defense. They brought Harry Maguire from Leicester City. At that time in the Premier League, he was a hot kick. Manchester City even were Pep Guardiola was interested in that guy. But the moment these players they come to Manchester United, the conversation now turned to become like these players are worse. Like we've never seen how bad these players are in football before. What then is the problem? Now Ruben Amorim came in. They brought in players he requested for. Now he started playing them out of position, complicating things on himself. But Michael Carrick just came in and said, no, we don't need that as it stands now because we are in a critical situation. We need to get the results. We need to make sure that the team is on the right track. And that's exactly what he's doing. Bruno Fernandes, people are complaining. Pundits are complaining. Analysts are complaining. Football experts are complaining that he's more efficient when he's playing closer to the striker. When he's playing closer to the box, he can give you the goals. And he can create and bring the best out of the attacking players. But Ruben Amorim will say that, no, I want Bruno Fernandes to play as my number 8 because I want him to perform a specific task on the pitch for me. Kobe Manu, he will retire him to the bench. You know very well that Kobe Manu is a natural number 8. Now it will create that imbalance in the team and the team will start to struggle. You start questioning your competence as a coach. And that at the end, you'll be fired. So he complicated things for himself. But Michael Carrick came in, basic things, the simple things. He's doing it. Dogu, before he got injured, he was playing a fantastic game for Manchester United. The Dogu we saw at Lecce, before he came to Manchester United, he was not that bad. But the moment he landed at Manchester United and started playing for Manchester United, anytime somebody mentioned Patrick Dogu, it's like, I said, the way Onokrawa Sanokrawa, who is Sokrada?
Telling me myself, watching him, I was so disappointed. He couldn't control the ball, couldn't give correct passes. It was like so difficult to watch them play. And what was it? And sometimes football is above all. It's not only about tactics. Yes, tactics is important. But what do you tell the boys before they go on the pitch?
How are you able to motivate the boys? How are you able to tell the boys that, Charlie, these are your potential? I've realized that you know how to do this perfectly. Try doing it. For the players not to be scared. You see, there are certain players, they fear to take risk. Yeah. Unless the coach gives them assurance that, Charlie, when you this what you can do. Try it on the pitch. When you're not able to achieve what you want to achieve, don't worry. Try it again. Femi Lopez, he's doing it because Hansi Flick has told him that try. When you miss that shot, try again. Try again. Definitely there will be one inside at the back of the net, and you keep on trying. Lamine Yamal, dribble. Vinicius Junior, dribble, because you know very well that Vinicius Junior in the Real Madrid team, when it comes to 1v1 situation, no one in the Real Madrid team is better than him. He will be motivated to do that. But was Ruben Amorim doing that? He instead was playing players out of position, and he will limit them and restrict their attributes on the pitch. Playing Bruno Fernandes as number 8, you are restricting him, you are limiting him. Don't even want to have a natural number 8 in the team. In Buemo, even Benjamin Sesko, before Michael Carrick came in, as Lacum stated, he was very bad. Very, very bad. But now, against West Ham, he got the equalizer for Manchester United. Yesterday, he got them the winner. He has 7 goals since he signed for Manchester United. And 60% of those goals, those 7 goals, he scored them under Michael Carrick. But who brought Benjamin Sesko?
Amorim, yeah.
So Carrick there, he's doing the basics right. But as I stated before now, the only time we'll be able to judge him is when he's been able to stay consistent, when he's been able to qualify Manchester United to the Champions League. Something the last time they played the Champions League was under Eric Ten Hag, Copenhagen and Galatasaray. So probably he'll be able to qualify them for the Champions League. If he's able to do that, I mean, he has done a massive work. Because last season, this is a club that was battling with Ipswich Town, Southampton and Leicester City for relegation, Tottenham Hotspur. But I mean, what they have been able to do is it's very impressive, honestly. It's very impressive.
You see, I have this one thing that I want to add to what you were saying about Michael Carrick doing the basic things. That is giving the win at Manchester United recently. And you see, the Michael Carrick better no Manchester United no, after Ruben Amorim. Similar to the Sir Alex Ferguson better no Manchester United under Bill Grond, that is Ron Atkinson in 1986. You see, after Sir Ron Atkinson almost sacking for Manchester United as their head coach, I appointed Sir Alex Ferguson. No. Now Manchester United were 11th on the table. They were given a shambolic performance. And you see, because Ron Atkinson buying one for long-term strategy in a buy, it was about short-term mentality, be winning, pragmatic. No matter the situation, we are not going to bet for Manchester United. We are going to win for Manchester United. And see, Okotobiba, not the very instant result for the fans and for the trophies. And see, Druba be named why Diamond. Because of any long-term team, he plays being free one man. It's difficult for him to give that result no penalty. There comes a Sir Alex Ferguson. Oba no be long-term. And we long-term in the philosophy not the buy. And the Manchester United at the honor. In the most coaches nearby and almost do different philosophy by Oma achieve what Manchester United. Into they don't come about or more legends and also or more former players never be achieving. We are talking about only going associate performance for the Manchester United. And then they come idea Michael Carrick because they understand the philosophy of Sir Alex Ferguson they buy. And almost under that philosophy. And it worked. Into team no akwa here ma omu a sustainable performance at least. At the Manchester United, Omundro standard na club kakra for them to build that long-term numbers on building now. In the philosophy was balance. You find defense. You quick transition. That was Alex Ferguson for you. Or by any possession, then defend you. You rely on quick transitions. You attack and you sharp. You results na pen. And Alex Ferguson by or build with the kind of players now auto and the materials I know here. It's you say near at a point in time. Cristiano Ronaldo, Tevez, when Rooney, when Jameson Park, not the only year to money. And who been America Carrick Ababa, you know. Now, until I can see a basic thing, I'm going to say, Metanasi because Oba and Manchester United plays Yana Ward or the Ejuma. And the BN or the best players in the team. That is the basis. And when I put Manchester United, Nibida. Only what it takes to play for Manchester United. Only how my philosophy in terms of their tactical approach in games. In Tienamaba. Then you tell me under Sir Alex Ferguson. My main information is a better Jumana, and all the Asham way Juman. Then Manchester United, they are relying on quick transition, defending well on low blocks. Ye je bona enya quick ye be hyew ye defend ye. That was Alex Ferguson. And one of my Carrick ababe. Into a basic thing no. Into am say managers spin about one boy feeling. They were not ready to understand the club quarter, their philosophy. Because Obi Beji team in 1986. And the philosophy I long term a jinama ba busy 2013. Now bana so be change change philosophy within 2 years. It will be difficult for you. Yeah. And yeah man that time in say the man say Alex Ferguson time. And because yeah man the time when the philosophy no there but not the short term no so kan kakra. Enti all build it better when your results now open. Enti you go find everything aga all build a new philosophy. Results no way. Yenya. Don't say me no be but to the standard of Manchester United and Alex Ferguson, no. You better money yes on by no. But my Carrick about who the situation looking from afar. Say na cause with you. Manager we boss in the philosophy place na nyango to. Ya to mo still want to me nyadwuma. Now let's go back to the philosophy of Alex Ferguson. Your legend ne buy no. Near stick it to it. You was America and it's working. That's the basic thing. I was a manager bia no ba Manchester United. Ruben Amorim, everything ha. Omu nyina so mu se masa. Traditional team.
Balakum with the Alex Ferguson's philosophy at Manchester United.
Yeah.
Coaches that has come to Manchester United and has tried to bring back the Alex Ferguson's blood, spirits, way of playing at Manchester United. In the long run, what has been the end result? Because at the point in time, they realized that we need to bring in a student or a disciple from the Alex Ferguson school in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He came in as an intern. It worked perfectly for him. And they gave him a permanent job. What was the result at the end? You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Now, Michael Carrick has come. He's given similar vibes to what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, when he was appointed as an intern at Manchester United, what he brought. He's given similar vibes, if not same vibes, similar vibes to what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did at Manchester United. So Manchester United will say that, okay, fine. Looking at the available coaches in the current football space right now, they are not seeing someone who is going to be a perfect fit for the Manchester United job. So they are thinking of giving Michael Carrick the job permanently. Don't you think he's also going to face that same problem? Because I think that way of doing things is not that sustainable now.
It is. And you see, I just base it on one philosophy of Sir Alex Ferguson. That is his tactical approach in games. Just to get that winning mentality for Manchester United and gain their confidence back. And again, my Manchester United may that in short term for Manchester United under Michael Carrick. That is what I'm saying. And you see, do you know the reason why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't survive at Manchester United? It's because they accepted the lower standard. That is their managerial duties. That is their transfers and order and their strategies. You see, and that's Alex Ferguson.
Okay, so before you move on.
Okay.
During Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure at Manchester United, they accepted the what?
Lower standard.
The lower standard.
In terms of their
additions they brought,
their transfer strategies.
The players they brought in. These are the same people who are still in charge of the transfers.
You see,
almost and obi also prepare more abeka home.
Instead of make say, if say can in Manchester as an institution, maybe I'll side with you on that perspective. But say what the boss say, maybe your man only gonna Solskjaer more time no when team match.
Albert, you see, right now I'm prepare for, but they are not signing.
Not necessarily because under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer they were signing, but not necessarily about the signing, but signing to the philosophy of the team. And I mean back because the Albert
very demanding.
The entire Albert ebeye adwen obabi no can say if you be putting the blame say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer anye successful because of the Manchester United transfer strategy and the institution, I understand, but who base it on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer not being tactically good, then I would disagree. Because we say Michael Carrick situation based on the philosophy of Michael Carrick and tactical approach. And I'm so aware Germany. But you see, semi long term, that is where transfer strategy never. And under Alex Ferguson, on money clear. So you see, your best signing player, they will fit to the how we play. Yeah. But after an era, no. Manchester United try and favor maybe out is a player we unfit Manchester United star. Which is a player we are signing in Manchester United how I'm born under Alex Ferguson. Sa philosophy na no be demand on me more. And you say okay, you can sign players I'm Galactica at the point in time with my sell Jesus am I. And at the point in time, Omaba into the transfer him in Tianko Tom. Someone because Sir Alex Ferguson, he do at the point in time, Ruben Nesko, not Satama Cristiano Ronaldo. Ruben Nesko was one of the best players in Europe. But you want the incident or no, any Cristiano Ronaldo nya o training ground so no. Then a year Sir Alex Ferguson, he chose the Ochosi discipline over stardom. And I say a high player no. Or Sake Manakoi because of he say do Manchester United and you didn't come not about who you are, but about our philosophy, how we play. So often to our philosophy now we get discipline enough for transfer training grounds. I was okay. Now connected because at the indiscipline member and the bounce a team no any United and we are not going to perform. Into do now players are demanding for money or Manchester United. You need sky more. But understand the fact that so demand this car. And that's why your big boy in the CCC. Over Kwamo Biaba. And Satana Cristiano Ronaldo issue. But Ochusu Cristiano Ronaldo over Ruben Nesko because of indiscipline issue. But in a Manchester United, about to this situation, that's a big boy on now crabba. And that's if a big boy no cry you be tia kwana hwana beko. Big boy no kwana. No. I'm wanting call any Manchester United because we told this mom.
So that good. So looking at what the premise Lacombe has just laid, that shows that the ownership, the Glazers and the Ineos, they are now interested in the revenue Manchester United will generate at the end of the day instead of the sporting project.
That has been the case.
That has been the situation for since Sir Alex Ferguson left. Those managers they've inherited Sir Alex Ferguson. That has been the problem they've been facing. Is Michael Carrick going to be an exception? That's why in the long term, because looking at Manchester United centre backs today, Harry Maguire, Lenny Yoro, Lisandro Martinez. Say heaven
on the
Heaven.
These guys, they have none of them is reliable. None of these centre backs.
None of them is reliable.
Lisandro Martinez injury.
And even to the standard of Manchester United, I personally think say come Manchester United standard name now. This centre backs.
I'm not comparing the standard to the Sir Alex Ferguson's.
That's what I'm saying. Drew,
Lisandro Martinez.
I think Lisandro Martinez up there. He's a top centre back, but he's not consistent because always he's injured. Yesterday,
that is why I don't do to the standard of Manchester
yesterday,
United. We won't prove anything there for me.
Prior to the game, he was part. He has won the World Cup.
Party there.
So he has won the World Cup. He has won the Copa America. What are you talking about?
Something that
He's a better centre back.
You are belittling the Man United defense. This is a Man United defense with Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire.
He's a good centre back.
He's a good centre back.
Before he came to Manchester United, he was phenomenal.
Fantastic at Leicester City.
But when he came to Manchester United, what has been Harry Maguire's performance?
Low standard.
He has been inconsistent. It got to a time they had to strip the captain armband from him because a lot of pressure on him. Look at Lenny Yoro. He's young. He can be reliable. Heaven. Young too as well. So look at the centre backs. Going to after this season, after Michael Carrick's interim, and then he's giving the permanent job suppose he's giving the permanent job at Manchester United. He will demand for a centre back, if not 1-2.
Or he will need a centre back.
He will need a centre back. Now a right back. Who is the right back at Manchester United?
Diego
Dalot. Onyadie.
Hey, Portugal for a player. Portugal for a player. No, because Onyadie. Onyadie is a
who's a player? The way Portugal.
I'm a Portugal.
Portugal's
by naturalization.
Diego Dalot. He's not up there to play to
the standard of Manchester United. Then you are right.
But which am I talking about?
Manchester. So
let's look at the positions they have to augment.
I think the right back.
Left back.
Centre back.
Dalot,
they also
left back.
Left back. Look Shaw. Any Malaysia.
Malaysia the injuries.
And Nadogu they saw on your typical left back. Why left midfield for Nbia. Three back. Yeah.
Okay, so they will need a left back.
Yeah.
Again, a right back and a centre back.
And they will need
on department so they will
need a DM.
And they need a DM
because Casemiro.
They will need a central midfield too. Because one ebony could be man no hand ball.
He looks like he will be assured, so maybe a backup.
And that's why I make us some here and attacking me full.
They are sorted.
Bruno better about how many years?
Yes, and then they have
okay, Matheus Cunha. But massa too. Unse or me now about 10 they be different profile so.
Yeah,
to me.
So they simply need a creator.
A creator, yeah, because Matheus Cunha for that creativity.
Whether deep line or attacking.
So I think that midfielder that will come they can focus on getting a Bruno / Kobe Mainoo type of player.
Okay.
Yes, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if Bruno is not leaving and Kobe to stay,
I think they need a right winger too.
right winger.
Right winger. Yeah, when I born.
No, a
Ahmad
left wing. No, a right winger on
Yeah.
the right.
Ahmad. Yeah, when Ahmad born.
and
Left is Ahmad.
They be right is Ahmad.
No, okay, left. They need a left winger. Sorry.
Left.
Right is Ahmad.
at this moment it's
Left one ball.
Cunha and Dogu.
Dugu.
Omo here be. Omo nya typical.
Oh, the second
Ganacho
one
the
come,
sock.
and-
And also Mutobi.
And then okay, Sancho will be returning, but like it looks like he doesn't have any future at Manchester.
But you see, is that Sancho Abba? Now say why not you saw the Manchester United into perfection?
Now how?
Let's not forget that Rashford is their player. Barca want to sign
now you
him.
see, omo nyina a situation. We say a situation at hand because omo your margins on about Manchester United.
but
You
you
cannot
player.
guarantee say omo. It's also
if he's coming back, then that position is sorted.
sorted.
If he's not coming, I don't know. Barca want to also pay 30 million. 30 million there. Man United, I'm only better. I could talk another winger.
And so 30 million I'm working. That's
Anyway,
about
and you see-
That is what they also
see,
included in the clause. So,
We've been talking about transfers of Manchester United, but previously, some Manchester United about transfers are mostly I'm going for Monkrani been able.
I'm crying.
That omo team players in be.
No, now I'm crying.
Me say at first there be yanka rankings for nearby.
that
that
time
is-
it
that
is.
is-
Now make can say and so be a problem for them. They are not developing their youth side well
I don't
because at
agree.
the point you able Pogba, Lingard, Revoma Resimo.
And
Bene one e ko no heavy
the-
money e bo mo ono.
you see, even the-
one so a seem to be able to also me
yeah, even the best that comes out, they are not able to handle them well.
Yeah.
So the Greenwood,
The Garnacho.
Garnacho,
Lingard
Kobe
kwale
Mainoo.
say on and
Lingard is Obo Kakra, but not just on the field, but outside the field, how they handle situations, especially with Garnacho and Amorim case. Yes, the player might have faltered in the process, but Man United, and I always said that they should have had a stand that yes, we know that you have a problem with the player, but let it work.
But the player is our player.
He's a player, he's our product.
He's our product.
Let it work.
He's our
that he
future.
stays. How can Man United player
Maybe
openly-
your coach, at the point you give you the good performance team can see, but
how can Man United
player?
Man United player openly say that I want to move to Chelsea? You get it? So the connection was gone, and I think that Man United they've not handled those things well. Rashford before he left, we all know how
Quality
the
player is
relationship
Rashford.
broke.
Oh,
You get it? The player, he's
manager isn't will be.
he's been assuring you guys of double numbers at least in the last 3 years. The one bad season end, it looks like everything is out of place. I mean, yes, the players, some of the Man United players, the lifestyle outside football is questionable. Rashford, we know the stories. They said he was clubbing, blah blah blah, but he also felt that he was being targeted. I mean, people were viewing him with a different, spectacle. When Rashford is doing this, the sort of level of conversations and criticisms around him was much more than the other players. So, and it shouldn't happen to a player who was grown in the team. You get it? So it is a big cultural problem they are facing, and if they reset, they can churn out some good guys in the team. But on the coaching side, for me, I always say that the football is coaches play the football. The players, they are the main architects. They execute the plans of the coach. But whatever is happening on the field of play, 90% it is the coach's plan, and they are thinking that is what is happening on the game. They go into the field, they face their opponent, who's another coach, playing the chess, using the players.
Yeah.
And I get it. People will say, "Oh, at the end of the day, the players are the ones playing. Whatever you teach them, they are the ones going to determine, whether it's going to come off or not. But it is still your job to make them believe in what they are doing and make them execute what you want them to do. That is part of your job. So if Carrick is able to do it, then he is good enough to coach Man United. Recently, I don't know if you heard Hasselhoff coach Didi Dramani saying that the result of games is not in the hands of the manager, and people were lashing at him. Charlie, how can you just say
this? How can you tell us this story?
the result is not in your hands?
How can you tell
Yes,
us
the
this
game
story?
that you play, you don't control the things that the decisions of the referees and those minor things. Even though they go to the extent.
Sometimes I can
Sometimes. Come on.
Whatever.
I mean, right now, Man United are on the run. Who are we crediting? The manager.
Carrick, yeah.
I mean, we can't just wake up and go and say that it's something else unless maybe some Ghana Premier League will and say the coach in the boy G League. Grounds work.
Why is that? If the results are not going well, they fire the manager.
Yeah.
If the coach comes out publicly and say the results in the game are not determined by the manager, then I think the manager does not deserve to be there as a coach in the first place. Because the results were going south and they brought you in to change things.
Enough.
If it was not in the hands of the manager, then they would have appointed the manager in the first place.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you are just shifting away from your responsibility.
The responsibility.
No matter the situation, whether so because the players are not willing to play for you, and also other aspect of managerial duty for you.
It's your job to make them love you. Yeah. So let's look at Man United, where they can go from here. Right now, top 4 ahead of Chelsea.
Yeah.
And I don't know, guys, if you guys think that they can finish in that in the top 4, because right now Liverpool are also there.
Yeah.
Chelsea are there.
Aston Villa
are also there. We'll look at the other teams, how they fare. But I want us to talk about Man United games, and then we'll compare them to the other teams. You get it?
Yeah.
So Man United, their next game is at home to Crystal Palace. They'll travel to Newcastle. They'll host Aston Villa. They will go to Bournemouth. Then they host Leeds. Then they go to Chelsea. Then they host Brentford. They host Liverpool. They go to Sunderland. Then they host Forest before they will travel to Brighton on the final day. Charlie.
Difficult match, but
very difficult.
The most important thing for Manchester United, you need to be happy. You need consistent performance to gain the momentum and the confidence. And then Michael Carrick on the day, no matter the situation, if you have the confidence in your player and your players have gotten this kind of confidence that they need in order for them to compete in the league log, I think it's the most important thing amongst Michael Carrick. You see, in as much as this match is very difficult for Manchester United because of their previous meetings in previous years and recently, league in him. You see, a difficult match because Manchester United under Ruben Amorim face Crystal Palace in a difficult game at a point in time. At the point, face Brighton, listening a difficult match under previous seasons and previous managers. But looking at the performance of Monday by the momentum and the confidence. Now Manchester United the players have the confidence to beat you. And you see another positive. It's in as much match in the very difficult thing. The most important is that confidence and the manager are on the right track, then they are good to go. They can win most of these matches.
Because Charlie, the games for me, I mean the next 5 are very critical. Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Aston Villa.
Against Crystal Palace, they will win.
Leeds.
Yeah, I think
the final one is Chelsea, Brentford, Liverpool.
The most difficult match.
I think
do you know the most difficult match for me? Against Leeds and Brighton. Chelsea, they will beat Chelsea. Trust me, they will beat Chelsea.
Honestly, they have tougher teams to play. This Crystal Palace game you're talking about.
Yeah. Crystal Palace team.
Yes, this Crystal Palace team is not the Crystal Palace of. I mean, during the first round, during the first round or last season. But don't forget, they definitely is going to be Crystal Palace. I think yes, they'll be able to manage a win in that particular game. But after the Crystal Palace game, they are going to play Newcastle at the St. James's Park.
Newcastle at St. James. Newcastle for recently their performance. I'm not.
No, but they are going to play at home, not away. They are going to play at home.
So we are saying that Man United have difficult games here,
but Chelsea too.
Chelsea
so
Liverpool.
There's a graphic from the Athletic on who has the easiest remaining fixtures in the Premier League. The easiest. So from the
first to fourth.
Yes, so from the first to the last team. They've ranked that. So on your screens you can see that the team with the easiest.
Far from me, I can see.
Oh, what's your phone?
You don't have your phone?
The
group.
Yeah. Check it. So the team with the easiest remaining fixtures is Aston Villa, and it says most mean difficulty of remaining Premier League fixtures. This is via Opta. So Aston Villa have 89.9. That's the mean opponent difficulty. and the highest, the last one is West Ham. Next or before West Ham is Chelsea. So Chelsea are second from bottom.
Yeah.
So according to this graphic, Chelsea even have more difficult games to play than what we've seen
Manchester
from United.
United and City.
And I'm thinking they also consider the form of the team.
Yeah.
The strength.
Yeah.
So looking at Man United's strength and their form right now, the unbeaten team in the year, you would think that okay, they are well equipped to beat the teams they meet. And in fact, they are even next to Manchester City over there. So I mentioned Chelsea. Next is Everton. It looks like Everton will be heading to the bottom. Nottingham Forest are also here. Burnley are also here. Crystal Palace, Newcastle before Man United, City, Spurs. Does this mean that they will escape relegation? Because it looks like they are halfway on the table.
I don't think Spurs will be relegated.
Spurs. Tottenham was Spurs. But you see, the other picture now, the top 40 battles now.
Yeah.
They have indicated colors to determine the most possible points to get.
The red.
But you see, Manchester United for possible points to meet Manya against Nottingham Forest. Checking about the position of teams no more. So against Everton, they already mini double chance.
Okay.
And against Crystal Palace, okay, Everton they most possible to win. But Crystal Palace then they're yellow, not just a difficult power because of their position. Which I Newcastle so at 10th. Aston Villa just didn't pass on with my Aston Villa. Bournemouth so one who bet my least the most likely to Benya that results no against Chelsea difficult, Brighton difficult, Liverpool difficult, Sunderland so most likely Nottingham Forest must win for Manchester United and Brighton and Hove Albion so likely to win.
Sunderland, they are very good at home. Yes, they've lost 2 wins on a row.
Just Fulham just beat them.
So maybe
Vitality.
Man United with their current form, they will just go at
but
Sunderland.
Tima has a mostly to get more points from it. Liverpool.
Okay. Liverpool, and they have quite easier games. They are playing Nottingham. Okay, they play Nottingham.
But you see, they have difficult matches. So, but we're ranking. They base it on the recent forms. But you see, they were playing Tottenham Forest. On paper, it is difficult.
No, it's not difficult.
Brighton,
Liverpool.
Fulham, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Manchester United, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Brighton.
The last
4 games.
They are the difficult games.
Yeah, they are the difficult.
I think say between Chelsea, Manchester United, and Liverpool, the team.
Interestingly, those teams are the ones that are competing for the top 4.
And you see, it's like this. All these 4 clubs in the first legs, they lost to them. Apart from Aston Villa.
Yeah, Liverpool lost.
They lost to Manchester United. They lost to Chelsea. They defeated Aston Villa. I don't know for Brentford. Yeah, Brentford defeated them.
Yeah. Brentford defeated. Yeah, difficult matches.
It's gonna be interesting in the final laps of the English Premier League. Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, Aston Villa are also in there. But it looks like we always write them off in terms of the top 4 competition. I mean, if you're having Man United, Liverpool competing, at least these 2, can Aston Villa really contain? Because for me, they are one of the well-organized sides in the Premier League.
They started right?
I remember watching the game against Chelsea. When they want to execute a plan and get results in the game, and I will stand by this. If you want to win a football match, Unai Emery is one of the best coaches to put up a strategy and go into the game, and it works perfectly for him. So that man, maybe he might not have the squad in depth to do what and achieve what he wants to get, but I think he's coaching one of the best teams in the Premier League. So
his problem is the injuries, because Telemans more and more integral was set up when they play. Definitely, you are going to lose for him.
That's true. Charlie, okay, let's finish with the Champions League. I even forgot the Champions League this evening. It doesn't really feel that there's jeopardy in the Champions League and all of that. Some of the ties have been settled. I mean, they're knockout ties. We have Newcastle smashing Karabakh 6-1 in the first leg, and that was even in Azerbaijan. They are returning home to host them. Inter lost to Bodo Glimt in Norway last week.
Man to watch you. A man to watch you.
They are hosting
I
Bodo
believe
Glimt.
in. You see, I believe in Inter Milan in Giuseppe Meazza. But you see, okay, you come. Okay.
I'll come to you. Leverkusen are hosting Olympiacos. Leverkusen are hosting them with a 2-0 advantage. And Atletico Madrid, 3-3 draw, it ended last week. They are hosting Club Brugge at home this week. So, Lakun, start with the Inter one.
You see, the most interesting and the most must-watch game in this fixture Tuesday UEFA Champions League is the Inter Milan Bodo Glimt match at the Giuseppe Meazza. You can trust International Milano at Giuseppe Meazza. That is their home. So definitely in UEFA Champions League night, they are going to get the convincing result that they need on the night. But you see, it will be a difficult match for Christian Kivu today. And checking his inexperience in the UEFA Champions League and his performance this season at the UEFA Champions League, you see, in the Serie A, he has been given us a good performance. So. Yeah. 11 matches were dropped out for winning now. But about into the UEFA Champions League contest, on my into the day, because of his inexperience in this kind of competition, and you see, Bodo Glimt, they be doing come, see, they be doing come about their manager being their author in this story of Bodo Glimt. And you see, I think say tonight, Norsi is going to cause upset again. He's going to score International Milano today.
Charlie, you're not the first person saying this to me.
I feel that Obeko was so more hobby. And right, Giuseppe Meazza Obeko was so 2 and 3 hobby. Because of Bodo Glimt now, they are very compact, very organized team. You see, say new place never born or a tactics never. On the day, you can talk about their individual brilliance compared to International Milano. Say Omundru International Milano. And not they are right because International Milano player about because of no budget International Milano player do crab sin Lautaro Martinez bit masino. But tactical aspect of the game, Chester North is doing the job. And you they go see Bodo Glimt home. They acquire more on. A man for PNA didn't come and say, Giuseppe Meazza, a bit grand, a bit difficult for Bodo Glimt because of the experience of this tournament. Because Bodo Glimt, when he in the past results be good at UEFA Champions League, recently you can Bobby. And in terms of historical aspect in UEFA Champions League, only be yet as but in terms of performance this season UEFA Champions League, causing asset against Bebe class, they are there. And then I have Giuseppe Meazza on Beto Menino. No confidence have a show more.
Team news is that Inter are without Lautaro Martinez and Pio Esposito. Or Esposito
yeah.
is set to replace him in front.
Yeah, also a good player. This is my bobo.
Yes,
Esposito. Rough.
So that is what is going to happen. Inter are missing their key striker, Lautaro Martinez. Bodo Glimt, the coach, he says, we don't just have to defend. For me, it's better to go onto the pitch thinking it's 0-0.
Yeah, their philosophy, their mentality, top notch.
And need to have balance. It's not
top notch
to
player.
be too defensive
Sorry.
and perhaps give up on counter-attacking. The whole team has to defend, but we also have to attack together. That's our thinking.
That
summarizes a game we should respect.
And that's where Inter will beat them.
Okay.
International Milano, they will come. See,
don't let be too fixated on what they are doing. Bodo Glimt are not up there in the UEFA Champions League. They are doing very well at home. But almost form now can once no. Almost Manchester City. Aside from the Manchester City game, right? And when I'm sure Atletico Madrid, and I'm sure Inter, they've been very good in those games that they've played. Now they are playing a knockout game. They've won the first league by 3-1, right?
Yeah.
You see, these games would have been more difficult if it was 3-0. Inter Milan getting a consolation day, bringing the game to the Giuseppe Meazza on the Champions League night, where Inter Milan need 2 goals to equal everything. Because now there's no away goals. They need 2 goals to carry the game to extra time. At the Giuseppe Meazza, where the supporters will need to back the team against a team like Bodo, who has no experience, who has no character, who has no history in the UEFA Champions League. Do you think Inter Milan will be eliminated by Bodo? It's possible. It's football. Everything can happen. But I see Inter Milan beating them because, you see, in tournaments like this, you don't need to be aesthetic. You don't need to please your supporters. You need to win.
But they are doing that while expressing themselves. Attacking football.
Good.
Brilliant.
So attacking football. You can attack. That is when the game is not a decider. Now, you see, fortunately for them, in the first league, they won. So you don't go and open up against the team you are going to play, knowing very well that you have 2 goals to protect. You open up individually, they have quality than you. Individually, how many matches would Inter Milan play against Como, against Bodo, that Bodo will be able to win? Out of 10, how many matches do you think they will be able to win?
Maybe 3.
So in a one-off game, you've been able to secure a win. In the next game, don't go and open up. Protect the 2 goals you've scored. So if the coach is saying he's going to attack, Charlie, whenever I want to show 3.
You see, do you know the reason why I'm saying we're winning match and what this kind of comment or the Bayern? You see, Bordeaux Glimt against Team Biano in a situation a team is frustrated. In this kind of situation, international Milan, no, they are frustrated. Now, the 10 episode here in this encounter first, so we get a first goal to ensure say a Jumani bit my enemy. And you see, why Bordeaux Glimt match in Pina? So it's no why so be attack home. I'm to so chia. I'm quick. So I match is Pina against baby side normally show me na. Eh, when the team line so be attack home. Who attack na? Or you compact in terms of defending and quick in terms of transition.
You see, they will feel that they can score goals against already. They have advantage. Even if they open up, the ones they believe they can score you, then it's going to be an end-to-end.
End-to-end.
They have the
by a match, I will be uncompared.
Game, they Charlie. End-to-end game at the Mienza.
Very, very well.
Inter also have a good defense. Look at Umu center backs now.
We are not talking about the qualities of them.
The same team, yes, they've been conceding, agreed. Yeah. But trust me, Inter Milan at home. In the UEFA Champions League, actually, I saw what they did to us. It's Bodo Glimt this season. Are they better than Barcelona?
You see, at a point in time, now what's more defending, I'm going to defend, I'm going to be
but that's what you're going to do.
Almost when defend at a point in time, they will know the situation and when and how to do it.
Listen to Inter's record at home in the Champions League this season. They won 2-1 against Carrick and Marty. They lost 1-0 to Liverpool. They lost 3-1 to Arsenal at home. And they are going to play Bodo Glimt at home.
Which club did they lose to?
They lost to Liverpool
and Arsenal.
Who are good teams when they are attacking you. That is our worry.
Good. So look at the threats Liverpool and Arsenal possess. And look at
that the same threat that Bodo is going to put.
Is it the same threat?
But you see, talking about the quality that depending the threats there, maybe no. But even if the all Katatika aspect, they also pull it threat, Papa. That is normal.
Bodo Glimt have scored in all of their games.
In all of their games, some pull it threat. In all of their games, they are scoring also say pull it threat.
They scored 2 against Dortmund.
That almost 7 big teams in goals also say.
And 2 against Slavia Praha.
If you are
going to stake a bet, at least.
But don't give me 2 goals on. No go 2.
They will score. A goal.
Why?
The operation is
Inter Milan will win and qualify.
To win qualify. And
Bodo is going to win and qualify.
Okay, we'll see. Let's go to Madrid, Atletico. I'm going to say about 2 jobs now. At the Arsenal of Spain. If there's a shocking result I want to see it over there. Club Brugge to
qualify. About 3. I see. At the Wanda Metropolitano, I see Atletico Madrid winning.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, Atletico have a record of 4 wins, 3 draws, and 3 losses in the last 10 games in all competitions. They've scored 11 goals and conceded 5 in 4 of their league games home. So in the Champions League, they scored 11 at home and conceded 5. Yes, it's going to be another tricky game, just like the last week one. But I think they have the edge. They have the edge over.
But the other 2 matches,
Leverkusen, Olympiacos, you can say qualify.
Okay, so that's it. We'll see what happens tonight in the Champions League. We'll be here to review.
About that, where the somebody Gianluca
Cristiani.
I have just a comment on it.
So yeah, Cristiani, the Benfica player who was allegedly abusing Vinicius Junior racially, he's been given a suspended ban. Maybe okay. So it's 1 match ban to put him away from the game so that they will do further investigation.
I'm recommend him now. Make us Vinicius Junior any black people.
So no.
Omu protect that racism there. Sekebeya. Akumunyaye. Mrs. Sekebeya. That protest against racism, you know. Omunjai. No mujintum say in their territory, no matter the situation, and no matter they be abaye to protect it, they are going to do that. And do you know the reason why? I didn't say I'm not Christian disband 1 match ban because say Christian akwaje to me say on my certain comment and to that comment no give you see to that comment this kind of band also Christian no say
yes
me busa Christian say bedru ba bia betem say Christian no say man kasa the Vinicius Junior say me kan say and then no can say dia and the amount band say kwa investigate Vinicius Junior so Junior no say o can say I dey say Vinicius Junior dem tell dem man no ho no band.
Oh no, hold on.
That means
I think to be fair, even to be fair, now that the investigation is not complete, prisoners should not even be suspended.
No, make carbon.
Because why he said a homophobic word to him.
Yes.
And that is not as a video
almost say under their rules because I read in Biaonya mama. But I make us say
because
say what's the Vinicius Junior kind only Vinicius Junior a bit my no bit my and tro. And intimo investigation there's no need for you to ban him. Man ko ban born am investigation we na ma to event they say no kind I say no kind. But ultimo ko Gianluca Cristiano ko kind say and then you can say then am paying to and you know why they are doing that? A simple thing. Now man one match ban say because or can say you are investigation. How are they going to detect said the Vinicius Junior can pass or kind? Meaning e ko do e be say any say no can one match ban them and say foolish case. Who do have a foolish case this and me no man komunja ho achinye dey we dey ombe because the omuye sebesebi o me nim anything me pese me use word
racism there
because o say Vinicius Junior na no so what na asem no you see Vinicius Junior na what na asem ne say o kan say o say the Vinicius Junior kan e bia be antro bi so be ampa enti dem hwem ansa the Christian kan dey sebeto so ono so twantro inside this land the man ko bon na mo investigation na ma to verdict na mo say no there o kan agye to enti e man the band say. And you know they are hey, you know, because it's a system to know a system to all patch now verdict in the amount of 1 man because of say or can say investigation can say and it's what serve that abandon right.
That is also your school of thought, but you see what the other Catalans almost their argument is that. So this is a statement from Alex Blaster. He's a broadcaster in Spain, Barcelona. He says, Cristiano is not suspended by UEFA. UEFA has officially rigged a Champions League tie. It seems to me one of the most dangerous precedents I have seen in football. From now on, the one who is Schroeder will have the chance to get their rival suspended without evidence or definitive investigations. You get it? They also feel that no, he's a white in
papa.
So other people say that you are rigging the game for Real Madrid because you are suspending
never.
You see this
Cristiano because
and UEFA is doing that for caution, for as a precaution that you stay away from the game and because anything can happen in the return leg. What if he goes and he's targeted by Real Madrid fans and I mean,
and there is no fairness.
Why is not fairness?
It's not fair. I mean, player Mourinho relies solely on him for the results. It's not fairness. Even if I know you think so, no, rely solely on him.
Even if he's allowed to play this. I don't think Mourinho failed him on the pitch.
Are you sure?
No matter
After what
the
happened?
situation, no
After what
matter the
happened?
situation, where probability
It's very
is something
tense.
like.
You fail this guy on the pitch, even psychologically, he will not be able to play.
But you see, I know they are me because after me catch him, me can say, me boss, me can say, me I don't think say Christian also somebody in Baba Nabao because psychology so any tougher. The one being Banabao, it be a bit affecting the career, you know, and that was, but more me show this impression on this. Say suspect. Interest so now go
It's
for
okay, Laku, you're interested. We'll end it here and we'll continue. Tomorrow, Madrid are playing, so we'll get more time to talk about that. See you next time, guys. Take care and thanks for also watching the video. Leave your comments.
Subscribe.
And subscribe to the channel.